How much money can you make owning a car wash? Well, I love this and I would love one. The cost to build them, depending on how you're going to do it, is a lot. Doesn't matter. You can make a lot. Again, depends how you run it. So I love buying businesses. I love flipping them. I got a lot to say about this. I'm going to talk about these things. So number one, the insights of financial performance of a car wash. Number two, the factors that influence revenue in the business. And number three, critical things to think about, mistakes that people make, how profitability gets actually taken away pretty quickly, and just some other expanded revenue ideas coming at the end. So number one, insights to the financial performance of a car wash. So how do you understand the difference between the revenue streams? So there are the just simple ones where you hand wash, you do the vacuum, there's complete automation, and then there's also the detailing, where you have detailing, and while your car is getting detailed, you provide a lot of other revenue I'll talk about at the end, and how you really ramp up that revenue. In addition, you have to recognize it is location, location, location. And if you've seen them in town, they pop up almost in every corner. If they're ideal, they're next to a McDonald's, because McDonald's real estate folks have already done the best geographic and geo-targeting real estate searches in the world. So just notice where your location is and what you're going to need for water and power supply, because a lot of people don't think about the infrastructure. So the other financial performance factors is just the startup cost. Depending if you just want to buy the shells where you can, come up and you just can wash your car with a wand, it's all self-help, self-done. If you then go out and vacuum by yourself, if you do total automation where you can buy a membership and wash the car as many times as you want, or again, the most lucrative is the detailing. But then again, what are you going to actually use for startup capital? The more automated they are, the more expensive they are. They can cost millions to actually get set into full automation with all the tracks and everything just being completely automated with like one attendant during the day. The one thing to plan for that most people don't pay attention to is the seasonality of it, as well as any pandemic effects. Clearly during the pandemic, most car washes across the country saw a huge decline. People were doing them by themselves. They were staying home. They weren't driving as much and they weren't out as much. So really look at the P&L, and you got to look at the balance sheet. The financial performance of a car wash is, are you going to own the land? If you're going to put that much tenant improvement and really improve the land and build that, which is a little hard to convert into anything else. Like it'd be different if you actually had, greenhouses that you were going to grow, one product in, you could put another product in, you put another product in, or a warehouse where you could use it for a variety of storages. Car wash is a car wash. So you're going to get what you get, especially in the highest automation, which is going to cost you a lot. Now, number two, what are the key factors that influence your revenue? Again, location, location, but it's also how you take money. Do you take cash? Do you take cards? Do you allow people to come back? Most of the places that I have been through, the membership is for one vehicle. So you can't just take a whole variety of your cars if your family has a lot of cars. It's one membership, one vehicle, and you buy over and over and over. So that actually puts quite a big cash machine into your pocket. Now, if you're going to take quarters, you're going to take cash, then how are you going to secure it? So you're going to need some sort of management or maintenance on site to take the quarters out, take the money out at night. I know I used to own laundromats. We would actually go every several days and we'd actually, withdraw the money depending again on the location and depending on how busy each of those locations were. Now, if you're actually doing hand washing and full detail and full hand inside detail, you're going to make the most money. You also have to consider it's less startup costs, but it's higher operational costs because you're going to have all the staff. You're going to have more products, different kinds of products that each owner of especially a high level vehicle, they're going to want a certain kind of wax. They're going to want a certain kind of soap. They're going to want you to do certain things to their vehicle. So you really have to take all these into consideration and really price everything out before you just jump. And if you're looking to buy one, then your P&L is where you start. And I'd look at the customer records. Are they tracking the customers? Because if they don't have a database, it's a little less value, in my opinion, for buying one, because you're going to have to create the database. Because what you really want to do is get into text marketing and say, why don't you upgrade from your one car wash you did today to a membership car wash or weekly in hand detailing. I love auto detailers because I love when they put them on annual contracts. Before I go on and tell you some of the mistakes in the profitability and things you can actually add for revenue, I want you to subscribe to my channel 5 days a week. I want you to check that notification button, be here 5 days a week, and actually listen to the videos. We have this amazing learning journal. It's all over our YouTube channel. It tells you what video you're watching, what did you learn about it, what are you going to do about it. I would love for you to grab these journals for you and your family. So however many family members are, grab one each and bring financial literacy into into your family this year. So make sure that you are bringing financial literacy. It is up to you, parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, to make sure the next generations are coming up financially literate. So upon someone's death, it's not a war fighting about the trust, which is what I see why most generational wealth breaks down. So the critical decisions and mistakes we see people make is you don't really price out what it's going to cost and what the profitability is. So you can pretty much assume the automated ones, the one that have less, work involved in them, they'll make 40 to 100,000 maybe a year, maybe a little bit more if you're doing really good marketing, you're getting a lot of through traffic. And even then you could probably set up some sort of a swipe card with a membership where they get a little bit of a discount than doing quarters all the time. It's also more secure for you. The money goes right into your bank account. Also, the other things on profitability is the hand wash detail, again, the auto detailing, they're making 400 to $1 million a year. Why? Because it's a higher level service. Most details take anywhere between a low 150. I know like high-end cars are 350 to 400 to just do a complete inside-outside detail. So again, you have more operating costs and you have more just transactions and moving parts, but you're going to be way more profitable if you go that direction. And then while they're out of their car and you're detailing it or somebody's detailing it, you provide vending, you could provide coffee, you could provide all sorts of different food choices, something for them to do. I've also seen really, really higher level auto detailing shops allow local vendors to bring in some jewelry, bring in some different candies, bring in some, different just things that are made in the area. So then that adds profitability. And again, those people aren't just leaving their product with you. You could actually get it on consignment for the most part, because a lot of them probably want it on consignment, and then you make the spread, pay them for the cost of the goods, and away you go. But vending next to auto detailing and car washes is brilliant. You just have to keep them stocked, and again, it's another moving part. But there's no staff that's required besides somebody picking up those coins every night. So beware of operational challenges. My homework for all of you, if you're interested in buying any sort of a business that's like this, any sort of service-based business, is go interview a bunch of them in your area, out of your area. How do they work? You can imagine if you interview more people out of your area, they're going to be a little more transparent and telling you all of their inside secrets on how they get to capture more of the market share versus your competition that you're planning to set up a mile down the road. Do what I call modeling. Find a model company that's already doing what you want to do and follow their model implicitly. And probably my highest and best advice for all of you, it would be to find partners. Find somebody who's already done it and get on their team. Maybe you're just a money investor in the beginning for the first round, and then you take on the operational on the second or third round so you actually know what you're doing. So again, we are here 5 days a week. I want you to click that notification button. I want you to go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask question, make a request. We are here all the time. Answer your questions, and Ask Loral is a free ongoing process. Ask a question, make a request at any time. We are going to be right back out with you. If for some reason the question doesn't feel like it's complete, then call into our office. The call line's below in the description, and ask for a strategy session. Talk to one of our teammates, and so you can get clear answers about what you want to choose and do next. Talk to you tomorrow.